alternate universes. It's a messy topic, but a fun one nonetheless. For those who don't know, an AU in regards to fiction is essentially taking an existing franchise and writing a new line of existence from your own perspective. It's the fans taking the reins over something they enjoy. And for me, that franchise is South Park. Strap in, viewers, there's a lot to unpack. But first, the obligatory intro. Welcome back to the channel, Dex Club, and an even bigger welcome to the newcomers. Now, I know you newbies want to join the Dex Club, say yes, so I'll explain it to you. To join the Dex Club, all you need to do is subscribe and ring the bell, and hey, while you're there, consider leaving a comment and a like on this video, because that makes you pretty cool. You can also see more content from me and support me by following my other platforms, especially my Patreon and Ko-Fi, where the tiers start at just $1 per month, all of which is linked in the description below. Now enough of that, let's get into the video. To start us off, we have Craig Tucker. Craig's design stayed pretty true to the original, and that's mostly because I just think Craig wouldn't really care to go through a wardrobe change unless all his clothes suddenly disintegrated. I also drew his nails painted because why not, and I tried to mature his face a bit by having him grow into his features like his nose and jaw. Now there's more in the notes, so let's get into that. Plays a lot of online video games, pet sits for neighbors, plays viola for school orchestra, more of an excuse hobby, and frequently goes on evening and night walks, stargazing. I like to think that Craig has a quiet hyperfixation on space, and so I gave him little traits that reflect that in the storytelling. Now of course we can't have Craig without Tweek, and here he is. I drew him in these baggier clothes, but not super baggy that he would trip on himself or get caught on door handles. The last thing this kid needs is more things to stress him out. That being said, I gave him some layers to excuse having the top shirt unbuttoned, which I explain in the notes more, which we will read now. Plays piano. Plays for Craig. Learns soundtracks from Craig's favorite games to play for him. Stop trying to button up his shirt per Craig's suggestion. Stress acne. Craig reties his shoes for him. Not the best hiking buddy, but he tries in order to keep Craig happy. And he started journaling to, quote, relax. I have this thought that Tweek would treat coffee as this placebo effect thing where he drinks it to make himself feel better without his parents telling him to, and he believes it helps, but he also is aware that it only makes things worse, or at the very least has no effect. I know a lot of his notes are Craig told him to, or Craig this and Craig that, but really, Tweek isn't that productive on his own, and Craig helps him to get past that. Next we have Jimmy. I've never drawn handicapped characters before, but honestly this wasn't much of a challenge as I presumed it would be. I actually really enjoyed drawing Jimmy, and I love giving him his new clothes. I also have to make this note, I got the idea to give him a Garfield shirt based on this one fan art I saw of Jimmy with a Garfield shirt that I can't seem to find now. But if you surf Pinterest enough, you should be able to find it. Anyways, this was the point that I stopped drawing the doodles because, to be honest, I got stressed and tired. There are only notes for Jimmy and for the other characters moving forwards. Now then, let's read Jimmy's notes. Holds Thursday night comedy shows at the school and uses the money for special ed charity. President of the AV club and school news anchor. Still writes the school paper, public speaking tutor, speech class, posts his IMDb reviews, has a movie review YouTube channel, and he wears a different graphic t-shirt every day as a personal joke. His go-to shirt is the Garfield one because it is his signature color, but I like to think that he cycles through other shirts before whipping out the fan favorite. Now, I don't know if I just didn't pay attention, but Timmy feels like an everything kind of character. He has free reign and does whatever he wants, and he's good at anything he tries. So I had to reel him in a bit and give him specific things that he does and entertains. Oh yeah, and I did trace a chair for this, but let's be so serious right now, I am not going to hand draw that. And I can't be bothered to defend this. You heard it here first, Dex really cannot draw furniture. Get over it. Moving past that side note, I didn't do much to change Timmy's design other than just fluff his hair a bit. I think Timmy is the kind of character to be completely content with himself and outside opinions have no effect on him because he's awesome. However, I did desaturate the clothes colors, which of course I don't have in this video, but you can go see all the characters in color after this video is live. Fair warning, the characters will be posted one at a time on Instagram, so check out my Kara, Pinterest, Patreon, and Ko-Fi to see them all at once. Algorithms, baby! But anyways, let's read his notes. Does graphic design for the school paper and news, learning how to play drums, frequently plays video games with his classmates/friends, TikTok famous, and volunteers with Boy Scouts. Now it's time for Tolkien. Since his design was so simple to begin with, I really had to be careful with what I did next. Tolkien is rich, like really rich. So he would dress like your typical rich kid. And don't fight me on that, there's literally an episode about this, so get out. But that doesn't mean he doesn't try to be relevant, meaning I gave him these $300 Vans that I found online. Also, another bit of advice from my Pookie Bear Lemonade. We both decided to put this design in his fade, since the Tolkien fade is so iconic that we couldn't change his hairstyle. He may change his hair as time goes on, so leave a comment with your ideas for his hair and I'll see what sticks. Okay, let's read his notes. Power forward on the basketball team, on the debate team, got a whole wardrobe over the summer, plays bass with Stan, also plays a lot of video and tabletop games with Stan. So I completely left Nichole out of the notes and that was actually a complete accident. So I'll say it here, he plays video and tabletop games with Nichole as well. They are more than likely to team up on every online game and crush it because they are a power couple. But we will get into Nichole more later, because first we must discuss Wendy Testaburger. I gave this girl so many notes and that's wild. I flip up on her so much, I can't decide if I like her or not. She just reminds me of some really nasty people I used to know, and yeah, she clapped Cartman, but does one good deed really erase all the bad? Anyways, for my sake, I'll just say, Wendy's alright. She doesn't go about things in the way that falls in line with her self-righteous dialogue, but hey, she's trying. Anyways, I kept her beret, but everything else got changed. She wears a tank top underneath her coat in the show, so I integrated that into her freshman year by giving her the Y2K fashion and some star pimple patches. And for the sake of time, let's get right into the notes. In NHS, on track for valedictorian, high grade / GPA, captain of the volleyball team, has many Pinterest boards for outfits, focused more on school than Stan, but she fully believes it's Stan's fault. Bebe checks all of her outfits and primarily picks them out as well. And she's captain on the cheer squad, but the girls listen to Bebe more than her. And that's Wendy. More will happen with her as the series goes on, but for now, this is all we got. I'm trying not to make this video super long, so I'm gonna make these next few really quick. Bebe! Layers, chunky belt, high-waisted jeans, and lovely hair. Notes? In fashion class, unspoken captain of the cheerleading squad, top-tier skincare routine, clear skin, football girlfriend, genuinely interested in video games, and plays in her free time to show up Clyde whenever they play together. And she picks out everyone's outfits when she can, primarily Wendy's. I think all of that checks out. Oh, also, she wears Docs. I like to secretly gatekeep Doc Martens, but Bebe is cool, so she gets a free pass. Next is Nichole. I took away her afro puffs and gave her basically the same hair, but more free, because I liked this reference and it fit her character really well. I changed her outfit a lot, just like the other girls, but this one is more simple with just jeans, a cropped shirt, jewelry, and a jacket. Time for the notes. Still on the cheer squad, frequently plays video, tabletop games, especially with Tolkien and Stan, and is genuinely good at it. Really into skater fashion, buys a lot of Butters handmade jewelry, she actually likes it. Tolkien starts buying from Butters to gift to Nichole. Experiments with her hair a lot, world history buff, and also on the debate team in NHS. And finally, we have come to the end. Bet you weren't expecting this one, or maybe you were, doesn't matter. It's Heidi. Now this design, I will change significantly as she gets older in the series. For now, she is still just comfortable with herself and not influenced by social media at all. So she will keep this look for a bit. However, I did give her a tote bag because it's cute. Alrighty, let's get into the notes. Still mostly offline, ignores fashion trends and chooses to just be comfortable as she sees fit. Crochets and donates her projects. If she sells, she donates the money to charity and shelters. She's a bookworm, very talented writer, joined NHS for long-term benefits and to engage in community service, on the volleyball team, and goes on frequent walks alone. Heidi will be an important part of the story as time goes on. I didn't slap her onto the lineup just because. I mean, trust me, I am exhausted and I did not want to add anyone else. But this was a necessity. But that just about wraps everything up. This is the second half of the squad. Make sure to watch the previous video to see Stan, Kyle, Kenny, Cartman, Butters, and Clyde so you're up to date. Or just watch it again if you've already seen it because it's a banger and I worked really hard on that video. Now before I let you go, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. And don't forget to like and comment while you're here. If you liked this video or you like my art in general, consider following my other platforms, especially my Patreon and Ko-Fi. There are free options for both of those platforms, but I do have paid tiers starting at $1 a month for early access content and so much more. With all that out of the way, thank you so much for sticking around until the very end of this video. I hope you come back for the next one. And until then, roll the outro.